Hi all, well after 12 years as President of Try New Zealand, we are losing Garry Boon from that position, but we're not losing Garry from the sport. He has given a lot over the years and is stepping down as President to Vice President for the next 6 months to transition Arthur Klap as our new President to Try New Zealand. So after his time as President of Try New Zealand, he's seen tremendous change. Extreme growth of the sport since its inception at the Olympics in Sydney in 2000, and also difficult times as the sport has evolved and has had to contract as well. What's really wonderful about Garry is that he has been rock solid through that period. He's a guy whose personality is such that he is very straight up and down, plays with a very straight bat, and is very challenging in a very respectful and honest way. He's helped over that period at the ITU level to make sure that Try New Zealand has strong position at ITU across the globe. Many people don't see this work that goes on. It assists in terms of the profile of the sport, but it assists to ensure that New Zealanders have a seat at the table and can influence the shape of the sport globally. He's also had a lot of positive impact in terms of the sport domestically. We've seen some strong growth in terms of the advent of the Sovereign Try Series, but also a lot of policies put in place to ensure that we're a sport that is fair and is safe. He has challenged me as CEO over time, and we've gone through some significant change within high performance and within the community sport to make sure that we can remain sustainable. There's been tremendous learning as the sport has evolved. It's a sport that has been around in a relatively short period of time, and if you look at the last dozen years, that growth has been immense, and there has been a lot of learning from that. Sport is about passion. It is about people who discussions around their hobbies, so there can be very difficult conversations and a lot of irrational behaviour at times. But Garry stayed true to his values and has stayed true to being a very honest man and a man who's provided strong solidity for the sport. Garry and Arthur Klap have worked very well together over the last few years, and just by this transition and how the two of them have really positioned Try New Zealand at the forefront of their lives. Garry stepping down to Vice President through till September is a chance for Arthur to transition into that presidency role, and Garry being there to help him. Arthur's going to bring an immense wealth of knowledge to the sport. As one of the original founders of the sport back in the early 80s, he's seen a lot of change. He's been involved with a lot of change. He's helped develop the sport. Arthur's going to bring strong networking ability and strong governance ability. And I think what we'll find over time is that there'll be a strong complementary partnership between Garry and Arthur over the next 6 months, and then as Garry steps away, we all know that Garry will be there on call to support Arthur when needed. Arthur's excited by the challenges ahead, and there are challenges. Fundamentally, most sports within New Zealand, outside the top 3 major sports, battle financially to be able to provide services to the community, and also battle financially to be able to deliver high performance objectives. And so those challenges are there for all sports as well as Try New Zealand. We're going through a phase at the moment where we're recalibrating the business and making sure that we can consolidate and be sustainable, whilst also requiring to make sure that our connections out in the community is strong. Something that Anna Russell is vehemently out there growing those networks and relationships and sharing the pathway forward for the sport of triathlon. We know that Arthur is going to add extreme strength to that process, and is definitely going to be someone who is on hand to be able to talk to those who wish to talk to him. I want to take the last couple of minutes to ask you to thank Garry for what he has done for your sport. He has worked tirelessly. It's a volunteer role, and a lot of people have not seen the amount of effort that man has put into this sport. 12 years at Try New Zealand, and then numerous years at Auckland City Tri Club before that. he's a man that I have immense respect for, and I know that those who work within Try New Zealand, the life members and those who are close stakeholders to the sport, have immense respect for Garry and what he has done for our sport. So please take a moment to join me in thanking Garry for the time and what effort that he has put in, and I know he's not lost from the sport and will be continuing to provide service in the future. Thank you.